Long ago, people discovered a magical beverage made from grains in ancient Mesopotamia. It was called beer. The clever Sumerians even documented how to make it. In ancient Egypt, people not only enjoyed beer for drinking, but also offered it to their gods. Monks in medieval monasteries enhanced beer further, adding hops to improve its flavor. In 1516, a duke in Bavaria declared that beer should only contain water, malt, and hops. This made German beer quite unique. Then came the Industrial Revolution, and beer started being produced on a large scale. Later, in the 20th century, people began establishing small breweries and crafting various types of beer. And so, beer evolved from a fascinating discovery in Mesopotamia into a globally beloved beverage that we still enjoy to this day. But how is such a delightful beer actually made? Beer consists of 4 basic ingredients: grain, water, hops, and yeast. The first step involves processing grain into malt, which occurs in specialized malting facilities. Barley is soaked in water and germinated in warm rooms, causing the barley to sprout roots. This releases enzymes that convert the present starch into sugars. After germination, the grain is dried at high temperatures to halt the germination process. Some barley grains are roasted or toasted, imparting a dark color and a smoked flavor. The choice of malt determines the beer's taste, aroma, and color. Next comes milling, which involves coarsely grinding or rolling the dried malt with special mills. Grinding the malt allows the starch to loosen, facilitating better absorption in water during mashing. It's crucial to keep the husk intact, as it contains tannins that can impart a bitter taste to the beer. Fortunately, for homebrewers, budget-friendly grain mills and roller mills are available for personal use. The crushed malt is then mixed with warm water, creating a mash where the present starch is broken down into sugars, which later ferment into alcohol. The mashing process occurs in different stages with varying temperatures, guided by a mash schedule specifying how long the water should heat and at which temperatures. Ultimately, time and temperature determine the beer's flavor. Once all the starch has converted to sugars, the mixture is filtered. This is akin to straining a broth. The clear, sweet liquid that remains is called wort and serves as the foundation of the beer. The sediment is the draff, which can be further processed into bread or animal feed. The draff is then rinsed again with water to ensure all sugars are present in the wort. Subsequently, the wort is brought to a boil for 60 to 90 minutes, along with hops and any additional aromatics like orange peels, cinnamon, coriander, or different flavors that will give the beer its distinctive flavor. Boiling the wort sterilizes it and causes proteins to precipitate. Yeast does not thrive in high temperatures, so the wort must be cooled to room temperature before adding yeast to the beer. The precise temperature depends on the type of yeast to be used. Cooling should also be done as quickly as possible. Why? While boiling kills all bacteria, once below 70 degrees C, bacteria and molds regain the upper hand. Hence, the shorter the cooling time, the lower the risk of infection. It is crucial to maintain a sterile environment during this step. Once the wort is cooled, yeast and air are introduced. This allows fermentable sugars to convert into alcohol and carbon dioxide. Each yeast strain has its own character and aroma, influencing the beer. Fermentation takes about a week, after which you can call it a young beer. At this point, the beer is drinkable, but lacks much flavor and carbonation. Before the beer is bottled, sugar is added to enhance carbonation and alcohol content during bottle conditioning. As the bottles are sealed, carbonation cannot escape, settling into the liquid. Many breweries also filter their beer before bottling to minimize the presence of yeast sediment in the bottles. Secondary fermentation, or the second fermentation, occurs in the bottle or large closed vessels. Only after this fermentation does the beer acquire its robust flavor and sufficient carbonation. This process can take weeks to months. The number of weeks correlates with the beer's alcohol percentage. For example, an 8% beer requires 8 weeks of maturation. Thank you for joining us on this journey of making delicious beer. If you found this interesting, please like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.